dressed really quickly. There's construction outside. As always, I'll do my makeup in a little bit because I don't feel like doing it now. I spent the morning kind of quietly just hanging out, meditating. I was meditating on the fact that I've been having a lot of creative ideas and I've been taking steps to create room and time to execute them and explore those. I mean, like work-related ideas, by the way. If you haven't watched me before, I own my own business. I'm an entrepreneur, so yeah, it's up to me what I do with my time basically. And so I created the time, but then I found myself not doing it. I was still spending most of my time doing admin, bookkeeping, email, content creation, you know, the things that can easily take up all your time instead of what I actually want to do, which is work on my new projects. And yesterday when I was meditating on it, I realized it's because I do all those things that I just mentioned first, and instead I should focus my time in the morning when my mind is still like clear and not cluttered with everything, you know, all the tiny little things. For example, like schedule 2 hours to start writing, start working on some new ideas, outlining, stuff like that. And then after those 2 hours, go into the other tasks like bookkeeping, admin, emails, content creation, all the things that I just mentioned. But then this morning I was like, I still don't feel, it doesn't feel right or something. And then I was like, I think it's because my office is not right. So if you have followed me for a long time, I redecorate my office all the time. I don't necessarily purchase new stuff, but I just rearrange furniture. Okay, let's go to my office so I can show you. Okay, so there's construction on this side too, so I'm sorry. I'm just used to it at this point, but I know sometimes in the videos it's kind of annoying. I love this setup. First of all, for content, it's amazing because it's so aesthetic to work underneath the window and then you can see the sun moving in those time lapses. I also like it because I have a little bit of room from the wall because of the sort of the windowsill, like there's a heating underneath. It creates a little bit of a room because I don't like sitting right up against the wall. I do it sometimes when my desk is, but that's what I like. But it's also kind of a lot going on right in front of me. So I'm actually thinking to go back to my original setup, which I had it when I first started vlogging. I had it like that, which is just my desk right here, and then I look that way because the reason is if I have my desk here, the sun comes in on this side. So if I have my desk on that side, I can only do that in winter because in summer it's like once the sun is here, it gets so hot, I can't see my screen, I can't work. Sorry, there's some laundry on the door. I'll clean it up in a second. Yeah, but then the desk is kind of in the middle of the room, so it's kind of odd. But it did work really well. So I think I'm just gonna go back to that. So I'm going to do that first. And then hopefully I'll feel a little bit more inspired to do some work. So it might not seem super sensible to put a desk in the middle of the room, but I just don't like staring at a wall. So if I'm sitting right here, I can look out the window, feel some fresh air, but I don't have the light coming from right above my face because here is the roof. So I feel kind of protected and like I'm in my little hiding spot, but I can still look around. And then in the afternoon, the sun comes on this wall instead of on my screen. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go back to the original setup. And I feel like sometimes it's just, you just need a change of the flow of energy in a room or something. So it's not necessarily better or worse, but you just need a change, and that's how I feel sometimes with work. So like I update my other rooms, but the office is the one that I change the most. from my view, it's looking a lot like how it used to. It's a bit of a mess and I should definitely figure that out, but I also really want to get some work done. So for now, I'm just gonna go and start my work and I will rearrange it over time. Okay, so I have a sketchbook here, and what I'm now going to do is just make a mind map, maybe take like 25 minutes or something, and just mind map everything that I want to do, new projects, ideas, maybe also some things that I should do, and just kind of that way get everything out on paper and then figure out what my priority could be or should be or can be in this designated creative time that I want to schedule in the morning. So I made a mind map and then I did a lot of thinking to just kind of let it simmer what I wrote down. When I wrote everything down, it also seemed like a lot less. Like before you write stuff down, it just feels like a lot, I feel like, in my mind. But then now that I wrote some stuff down, I'm like, this is doable. It's not overwhelming. It's just, I just need to make some choices, make some priorities. I wrote down in the middle all my priorities. And this is just work related and some wellness. I guess you could say like just how I spend my day, how you make yourself useful, how you feel purposeful throughout the day, how you contribute to society, to your own life, to something. It's just how you express yourself besides just taking care of yourself, entertaining yourself. You know, so the thing that is standing out to me the most is the theme of intuition. So I've been feeling a pull to write a book on following your intuition. I've also been feeling a pull to speak more on it in my vlogs. I just really have a lot to say and a lot to share, but also like I just think that this is something that's so important, and I think there's so much value in people connecting with their intuition, like relearning how to listen to it, how to distinguish between your fears and your intuition. And also with manifesting and intuition, there's just so much to say on it, and for me it's everything basically. But because I haven't really spoken so much about it, I kind of feel like I'm sort of discrediting myself, because I feel like I haven't really done a lot of research on it. I mean, that's the sociologist in me. I haven't really found my voice in the sense that I haven't really spoken about it much. I mean, in my personal life, yes, but I feel like in my professional life, I always kind of knew that I wanted to speak on finding your purpose or something deeper, like how to get more from life, but I never really felt like it was the time yet. I just wasn't there yet or something. And now I feel like I've been getting that pull. I've been getting the pull to speak on intuition, how to follow it, how to listen to it, how to recognize it, how to use it. But now I'm feeling sort of overwhelmed with how, because I feel like I want to write a book, but like I said, I need to find time. I need to prioritize this in my time every day. But I also have been feeling the pull to start a podcast, because I want to talk about it in the vlogs I'm talking about now. But I also feel like in vlogs, I like when it's a lot of showing and not telling. But I also feel like I have a lot to say, so there is probably how a podcast would come in. And I was talking to Arjan about it, and you can do podcasts on YouTube also on your channel. And maybe I could start a different channel, but maybe to begin I could just record one video podcast episode and just launch it on my YouTube channel. Because I've had a podcast in the past and I did it the traditional route, like Spotify, Apple, Deezer, all the places, and I just don't feel like I wanna put the effort in to launch another podcast that way. But I do feel like I have something to say, but I feel like there are better ways to spend my time than to do the whole podcast thing with the CSS codes or something, with all those codes. And I just don't feel like doing that. And I feel like this is a good way to start. I also feel like I like putting on video podcasts in the background more than just listening to the audio. Like I like just putting it there and then cleaning or something. But I like audio too, but just I like it that way. So there are a lot of other things I wrote down, but I feel like this is the thing that is important and that I care about and that it's exciting, and it's also like the step to the next level for me. Because a lot of the other stuff that I wrote down is also important and exciting, but it's like, it's more of the same, if that makes sense. So for example, one of the things that I wrote down is short form content. So for a long time, I didn't really know what I wanted to create for short form. I've tried out a lot. Whereas with vlogs, for example, long form vlogs, I knew instantly. It just came naturally. I explore different options. Sometimes I get new ideas and I execute those, but I always knew. Whereas with short form, I was always like, I don't know what to do or something. And now I feel like I kind of have found my voice and I have a lot of ideas and stuff. So it's not a struggle to be like, I don't know what to do. The struggle is more like, how do I find the time and the creative energy to put in this and be consistent when I also kind of want to move on to this intuition thing and actually contribute something that is really coming from within and from my soul, and like I have a lot to say. Whereas the short form stuff it's fun, you know, like it's just like I have my vlogs, I like converting those into short form, and then I also do a few other short form things like outfits, and sometimes I do like have something to say. And also I feel like with this intuition thing, I would also have a lot to say in short form and in a book and in a podcast and in vlogs. So it feels more like expansive, like not expensive money, but expansive, like I'm expanding. So yeah, it's exciting, and I think that means that that's my biggest priority at the moment. And when I have a vlog, I usually have kind of a vision of what that vlog is going to be. But when I first started vlogging, I didn't have a vision that much because I just felt the pull. I just felt the pull to do it. I always knew I was gonna maybe do vlogging at some point. I already knew for like 2 or 3 years I was probably gonna do it at some point. And then at some point I was just ready. And then I did it and I started filming, and I've never felt like I didn't know what to create or I didn't have a vision. Like the problem would be more that I have too many ideas and too little time and energy to do it. And that's how I feel now with this book. I feel like the way to start for me will be to start writing this book. But because I haven't started yet, I don't know. I don't know what the outline should be. I don't know if I have something to say, if it's going to be good or something. Like, I think what I just need to do is just schedule time, first of all, and just sit down and just start writing stuff down. Like, even if it's just one sentence or one paragraph or just a couple of ideas that maybe I want to work out, like that's already a great way to start. Like, that's how I started with vlogging. I just started filming my day, and then I edited for so long, because now I edit a lot quicker, but then I took like weeks to edit because I had never done it before, and I didn't know how to create what I want. I didn't know how to get to what I wanted to create yet or something. And now I feel like I'm at a crossroads. Like, you can follow your intuition and your ideas, or you can keep doing what you're doing. But the idea is always going to be there. And sometimes you evolve past something, but I feel like it's always going to, like, if I execute this, there's going to be new ideas after that. But if I don't, this is going to be the idea, and I'm not going to be able to move past it in a way. Yeah, so I guess that's the thing. We're writing a book. I'm going to the park because I feel like I need some time in nature, some time outside. And maybe I'll talk to you a little bit more in the park, or maybe not. We'll see how busy it is. It is Friday afternoon, so sometimes there are lots of people, sometimes completely quiet. I never really know what to expect, but I know that I need to just be outside for a moment.